this time, I will call on Councilmember Jenkins, who will lead us in the invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Dear Lord, as we gather here this evening, we thank you for the opportunity to be here. We thank you for this beautiful day. We thank you for the citizens of Anniston, the care, the love, the joy that we all experience. We look forward to the next day. Guide us this evening so that our decisions are in the best interest of all of our citizens. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll for the establishment?
Councilmember Jenkins?
Yes.
Councilmember Roberts?
Here.
Councilmember Smith?
Here.
Councilmember Harris?
Present.
Mayor Draper?
Here, a quorum is established. Is there a motion to waive the reading of and approve the minutes of the May 16th regular meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Jenkins?
Yes.
Councilmember Roberts?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Councilmember Harris?
Yes.
Mayor Draper?
Yes, those minutes are approved. Mr. Folks, other than the removal of item C from the consent agenda for the purpose of taking that as a standalone motion for the purpose of tabling it for now, are there any other additions or deletions to the agenda?
No, sir.
With that, then I will move that we adopt the agenda as just amended. Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Jenkins?
Yes.
Councilmember Roberts?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Councilmember Harris?
Yes.
Mayor Draper?
Yes, the agenda is adopted. The first item tonight is a public hearing to receive public comments regarding a lounge retail liquor license, Class 1 alcohol application for Larry's Music Hall. DBA Larry's Music Hall located at 6000 Alabama Highway 202 in the police jurisdiction. I believe we have some representatives from Larry's Music Hall. If you would please step forward to the podium. Judges, at this time, I will open a public hearing to receive public comments on the issuance of this lounge retail liquor license. You're certainly more than welcome to say a few words if you would like.
You can move.
If you would, just state your name and address for our record.
My name is Audrey Hamby. I'm the owner's fiance. But I just wanted to make clear that we are applying for a liquor license on the advice of the ABC board because we did not want anybody under 21 coming in.
Okay.
We're only going to be serving beer and wine, and then, of course, some snack foods.
Okay. Very good. Does anyone else wish to be heard as to that issue? And we'll have that on the consent agenda tonight. So, if no one else wishes to say anything, you have anything else? I'll now close that public hearing. Thank you. We have no unfinished business. Let's move on then to the consent agenda with the removal of section C. Is there a motion for passage and adoption of the consent agenda?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Jenkins?
Yes.
Councilmember Roberts?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Councilmember Harris?
Yes.
Mayor Draper?
Yes, the consent agenda is adopted. As discussed in the discussion on the adoption of the agenda, we have moved a motion to approve the bid for the HVAC maintenance for the city to Vulcan Mechanical Services. We removed that from the consent agenda for the purpose of taking that up as a standalone motion so that it can be tabled. With that then, I will move so that we can get it on the floor. I'll move for passage and adoption. Is there a second?
Second.
For council discussion, I will move that we now table. Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll on the motion to table?
Councilmember Jenkins?
Yes.
Councilmember Roberts?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Councilmember Harris?
Yes.
Mayor Draper?
Yes, that motion is tabled. Mr. Folks, are there any additional or other matters that may come before the council?
No, sir.
All right, let's move on now to public comments. First up is Glenn Ray. Mr. Ray is not here. Agnes Good. Ms. Good is not here. Ms. Shawana Hill. She's not. We're about to get you, Mr. Jackson. I know Mr. Jackson is here. Ms. Jackson, tell us though that. Okay, Ms. Jackson, if you would, it's your turn, please, sir. And if you would, in accordance with our rules, please state your name and address for our records. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, Richard Jackson, 17 Noble Street. I was the one made the invitation for everybody that's not here. I'm going to do it every time we get ready to have a meeting because I don't know when no meetings I should. But what my main concern was this afternoon is that on TV, on the news, they said that there was a grant given to the civil rights for the civil rights trail here in Anniston. Amount of money, I think maybe about $78,000 or something like that. It's not concerning to me about the money, but what concerns me is about the participation on the committees that are over the civil rights trail. The civil rights movement was a movement about people that were in a struggle. And for us to have a civil rights trail and have a committee that's to be an example or to show what the civil rights movement was all about in this area. You know, there was a lot of death, a lot of violence and things like that. We have the burning bus and all like that. But as far as participation in the agenda of that committee, I don't know if you guys have anything to do with it, but for me, for us to have a civil rights trail and not have the people that were involved in that movement on one side, you know, it was about the struggle of one group of people. And I don't think the NAACP has been asked anything to made any contributions that as far as that is concerned. The SCLC, I don't think there's any representation from them because those people were older than I, but they were participants. They were soldiers in that battle. And for us to have things that if we're gonna show what things are about, we need to have people that were involved so that we can get the true meaning of what it's all about. If we don't, then what we have is just another monument built without any explanation of what was going on at that time. Like I said, it's still the NAACP, you know, Mr. Ray's not here right now, but he hadn't been contacted. There's somebody that's over the SCLC had not been contacted. The New South Coalition has not been contacted, but we need to make sure that, you know, that those people that were involved, there were other people involved, but they were the ones that were doing the violence. But the ones that was being perpetrated upon, we really need to see if we can get people involved in that so that we can get the full scope and meaning of what the civil rights movement was all about.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Okay, let's move on to council comments. Ms. Harris, we'll start with you.
I have no comment. Thank you. I have no comments.
Well, I got a comment. First of all, thank you everybody for coming out. God bless you. We really appreciate you coming. To this day, I thank you for the wonderful job you do. Mr. Jackson, I kind of agree with you. But here's what I would like to see, and I'll get with you after this. We understand that understand about the grant, understand about those things. But let's sit down and see who we can talk, let's come up with a group of people that we can talk to, I guess, to see who would be the best person to reach out from these groups, right? Because a lot of times things are happening and people are looking for contributors and there are no takers. And a lot of times in this area is because I don't fool with that person, I don't fool with this person. Let's see if we can get with the NAACP, the SCLC, as well as the New South Coalition. And if there are people who we feel can bring some valuable experience to it or can get some valuable insight, let's pull these people together so we can sit down with this group. I mean, it's a great idea, and I understand what you're saying, but I also understand the struggle when we try to get people on different boards. We'll put somebody's name on a board, and they may never show up to a meeting. But people say they want to participate. something like this is significant, so let's see if we can come together, brainstorm, and put a group of people together that's willing to work and see. Because what happens, what we don't want is somebody coming in trying to take over and running people away from doing things, bring value assets to the city. Once again, y'all, please pray for our city, pray for our world. God bless y'all, love y'all, and then y'all do nothing.
No comment.
I have no comments either. At this time, I will move to adjourn and convene an executive session to discuss the legal ramifications of and legal options for pending litigation, controversies not yet being litigated, but imminently likely to be litigated or imminently likely to be litigated if the governmental body pursues the proposed course of action. I will represent to those in attendance and those watching online that we will not be returning there from that meeting to vote on anything in here, as we will have adjourned. Mr. Downey, anything else ought to be read into the record?
Yes, sir. I certify that the attended discussion meets the exception under the Evidence Act.
Thank you, sir. Will the clerk please, is there a second to my motion to adjourn and convene an executive session? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Jenkins?
Yes.
Councilmember Roberts?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Councilmember Harris?
Yes.
Mayor Draper?
Yes, we are adjourned. Thank you.